We have to solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone in the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there,
and you
where
found
the money's going.
Things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Brett.
How fast can stock market sentiment change? In an instant. Just ask NVIDIA investors, nearly $600 billion in market value wiped out overnight. No warning, no second chances. Noble Gold Investments is alerting all clients to diversify now. Market crashes don't wait. They strike fast, devastating the unprepared. But smart investors, they're already one step ahead, protected and prepared. For nearly a decade, my friends at Noble Gold Investments have helped thousands protect their wealth with gold IRAs and physical gold. With over $2 billion in precious metal sales, Noble Gold is the trusted choice for Americans serious about financial security. Gold, it's real, it's yours, it retains value. And now you can open a qualified account and you'll receive 2 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful coins for free. And are you diversified? If not, when will you act? After your portfolio's down 10, 20, 30%, or will you protect your portfolio now? The next time the market crashes, it won't send a warning. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com today. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Don't just grow your wealth, guard it. And remember, when you're investing, there are no guarantees of any kind. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. You saw that. You heard what Trump said. Now, before we get into that, make sure you give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho. Like and subscribe to this channel. Like this video, give it a thumbs up. Tell YouTube what you want. So, Trump sat down with Bret Baier. That was the pre-Super Bowl interview. And he said, look, this is what I ran on. Basically, this is what I promised the American people that I was going to do, so I have to do it. Not only did I have Doge look into U.S. aid, which, take your pick, spin the globe, put your finger down, and whatever country you're on, they probably are paying for their media. They probably paid to overthrow their government. They're paying for propaganda here. They're paying for people in Yugoslavia to have their dicks taped up. They're paying for Belarus youth to have their tits chopped off. They're paying for all this crazy shit. Sesame Street in Iraq, Alphabet Soup Group, Ku Klux Trans Inclusion, 10,000 miles away from here. All kinds of crazy bullshit the U.S. aid is into. CIA, it gets crazy. It gets, well, we used to call it conspiratorial, but now we just call it federal government business of the day. All the crazy shit we used to think was just relegated to people in trailers or basements with CB radios. No, it happens. So started with USAID. Now he's talking about the Department of Education, the military, a Republican looking into the expenses of the military. Yep. And I've said this before. I believe that as a former veteran, and love the military. Glad we have our military. I'd rather be on this side of a military like ours instead of the other side, instead of being on the business end. But we spend almost $1 trillion, or I'd say $1 trillion a year on our military. Trump increased spending the first time he was president, but again, we are getting a different Trump. I wouldn't say a more subdued Trump, but in some ways, maybe. But I wouldn't, no, not subdued. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say more focused on the most important things, and so focused that he's not going to allow anything to stop him from accomplishing the things that he promised us he would do. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's looking at everybody. That's why you have all of these feeble bags of bones, these corrupt pigs who have been gorging themselves at the trough of our money for decades. And Maxine Waters, you James Brown stunt double, who's been in Congress since 1991. And 93% of the kids in her district cannot do math at grade level. So what are you doing, Miss Waters? But that's why you have feeble, old, bent over, osteoporosis suffering, old ass politicians outside of the Office of Education. When's the last time they've been to the Office of Education? I bet you they had to Google that shit from their office. How do I get to the Office of Education? I know you heard of how do you get to Sesame Street, but how do I get to the Office of Education? They don't know. They've never been there. They don't give a shit. But now that you're messing with their gravy train, now that you're messing with that steady flow of money for them to it's just a little bit, just skimming a little off the top. You're not going to notice that. Skimming a little money off the top, put it under this, call it that. Call it something that you're like, oh, that sounds good. Inner city lunch programs, I'll vote for that. We'll allocate funds for that. So that's why you have them freaking out. And they're not talking about what they're finding. They're just talking about him looking. They're not outraged by the corruption. I've been trying to bring light to this for years, and I can't believe that. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to support the president and rooting out the corruption. None of them say that. Well, he's unelected. Why is he looking at our finances? That's all they're saying. Because you're wasting our fucking money. That's why. So Trump has the dogs out. He has the dogs out, and they're sniffing your luggage. And if we find your cash and our cash in your luggage, you're going to be in trouble. Congress people, bring your bags, your satchels full of money out here. And we're going to bring these dogs down, and they're going to sniff those bags. And any of that money belongs to us. If any money's going to some overseas bullshit shell corporation, shadow company that doesn't exist, well, you got to pay for that. Do you not agree? But I love to hear Trump talk about the things that he's going to do for us, that he promised he would do for us. And I have no reason to believe otherwise, because so far since day one, that's exactly what he's been doing. And the more the left, the progressives start freaking out and jumping up and down and screaming at the top of their lungs, the more I like it, because what's bad to them is good for us. Now, meet me in the comments. What do you think? Do you like Doge? Can you not wait, like myself, to see Doge just get all up in everybody's ass in the federal government? And when they're talking about the Office of Education, they're shutting down the Office of Education. These kids are going to get educated. Hey, these kids aren't getting educated now. These kids are as dumb as a box of rocks. 93% of the kids in your district can't do math? The hell? Office of Education, not only do you not know how to get there, you probably never heard of it. Meet me in the comments. What say you? What do you think about all these people getting upset now that their money's being messed with, now that the purse strings are going to be, forget tighten, cut off? What do you think of Doge? Do you think Elon Musk has too much power? Are you okay with the power that he has? Or do you want him to have more? I'll find out when I get there. Last one there's a rotten egg. But you know how we end these videos. Good gun. So I highlight a story where an American citizen exercised their Second Amendment rights. And that's probably the most important right that we have, because that's the right that guarantees us the right to say, no, I'm not doing that shit. You're not taking this. You're not hurting me. You're not harming my family. I got this thing right here in my hand, the great equalizer, and it's not going to happen. You're going to have the chalk around you, not me. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. I'm out.
We begin with breaking news right now at 10. A deadly shooting at a North Side barber shop. Tonight, police say the man who was killed was trying to rob the place.
And in the last hour, police confirming the man died from his injuries after he was shot by a worker. Officers were called to this shopping center on Bassey around 7:30 tonight. And this shop is in between Blanco and West Avenue. So we're told a man walked into the barber shop with a gun and demanded wallets and purses. The suspect then reportedly pistol whipped an employee, knocking him to the ground.
Police say it was that employee who shot the suspect. It happened as the suspect pulled out zip ties and threatened a female worker. He was hit multiple times and taken to a hospital where he died. Police are looking at surveillance footage to see what happened, but right now it does not appear the worker will face any charges for using deadly force.